Hey guys, Josh here. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you the exact process that we use to do our keyword research using a tool called Longtail Pro. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I've gone ahead and found an example niche that I'm going to talk about first, and then I'm going to go into the process of actually using Longtail Pro. I'm going to show you an example of, right at the end, I'm going to show you an example of a profitable keyword, or a profitable long-tail keyword that you potentially get out of using this kind of tool. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm going to jump on over to Google Chrome now, and what I did is I did a bit of searching and I found this site. I came across this site called 360training.com, which is basically a site that sells like online courses for different certifications in different industries and things like that. So I took a look through and I came across this one called OSHA, which stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration, I believe. And it's basically like a board that certifies people in regards to occupational health and safety. So for things like mining and construction and stuff like that. So a lot of these courses, or some of them, sell for up to $300. So the good thing about it is it's an affiliate program. So if I wanted to, I could set up a site talking about health and safety in industry and things like that, and I could push people onto these types of products and services here and make some money that way. So it's really cool. So I've found my niche here, found this OSHA niche, and what I need to do is I need to come up with a list of keywords that first of all I can rank for, and secondly that I know will result in income for myself. So to do that, I'm going to jump on over to Longtail Pro now. Okay, so here I am in Longtail Pro now, and I've actually set up this campaign already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the process that I use to basically come up with this list of keywords here. Alright, so first of all, when you first log into Longtail Pro, the first thing you need to do is you need to add a new campaign. So just click on Add at the top here. Just call it something that you'll recognize for later. And if need be, if you're targeting local search in another country, just select that from here and click on Create Campaign. So I've got this campaign set up. The next step after that is to go ahead and enter in your seed keywords. The seed keywords are basically keywords that will bring up or basically generate a list of long tail keywords related to these seed keywords. So you want to try and think of sort of general keywords if you can. So in this case, I've spent about 5 minutes and came up with 4 keywords here, which I plugged in. You just got to type them in, comma, next. Once they're all in, click on Add. I think you can only run about 10 at a time, so if you can, just try and max it out. Just try and find the 10 best seed keywords. Of course, you can generate another campaign later, so just 10 at a time. Once you've done that, click on Add. They should appear in this box below. We're going to go ahead and we need to grab some additional data. So the 2 pieces of data that I like to grab are global search volume, because Google doesn't actually provide that to you anymore, so you need to manually check for that. I'm using Longtail Pro. And secondly, the Google title competition. This is really important because this is a really simple way of figuring out or finding low competitive keywords. So Google title competition, what it does is it goes ahead and grabs however many page results have the specific keyword in the title of their page. So if, say for example, the keyword OSHA may have 100,000 pages that use the word OSHA in the title of the page, which means it's super competitive, right? But a long tail keyword, say something else that maybe includes the word OSHA, may only have, say, 100 pages that are specifically targeting that keyword in the title of their page. That means that keyword's probably going to be much easier to rank for than, say, the keyword OSHA that had 100,000. Okay, so just check that box there. The next thing, we need to apply some filters. Oh, sorry, I should have mentioned you need to click on Fetch Additional Data as well. So next, click on Apply Filters. And in this case, because OSHA is, I believe, a United States run certification board, I'm just going to select the local searches. But if you're going after a global market, make sure you use the average global searches here. And I like to stick to around about, so I like to stick to 100 minimum here. So Anything below 100 searches, in my opinion, isn't really worth targeting because I'm not going to get a lot of traffic out of that keyword. So anything above 100 is kind of okay. I know I can probably make some money out of it depending on how profitable the keyword is. Okay, so finally we want to check the Google title competition, and we want to try and find the keywords that have no more than 1,000 pages that are targeting the keyword in the title of their page. So check that box and then click on Max Google title competition and then type in 1,000 before finally clicking on generate keywords. Okay, so once you have generated your keywords, this is what's going to appear. So it's going to basically bring up this box here, and it usually takes some time. Actually, one thing I should mention before I move on is if you're new to using Longtail Pro, it's going to ask you to enter in your Google AdWords login details because it needs to access your AdWords account, which is basically where it finds all these keywords from. So if you don't have an AdWords account yet, you can sign up for one for free. Just go to, I think it's like adwords.google.com, or just search for Google AdWords on Google and you should be able to find it. Okay, cool. So moving on, what we're going to look at is these two numbers here down the bottom here. These are basically the results that were picked up from those keywords that we just generated. So it's saying that it's filtered out. So 1,406 of 1,562 results have been filtered out. So initially it found 1,562 results, and then based off the filters that I had preset, it removed 1,406 of those. So I'm left with just over 150 results here, based off my own parameters. Okay, what we're going to talk about now is basically how to go through and cull down to a list of keywords that you want to try and target on your own site. And what we're going to be thinking about here is whether or not the keyword is going to be profitable. That's the most important thing, because you don't want to target a keyword if it's going to result in no income for yourself, right? So the most important thing is to try and find the keywords that will make you money. Now we've already kind of determined that most of these keywords are fairly easy to rank for because the Google title competition is quite low. It's not the only way of determining competition. If you want to get super deep into it, you can use the average KC here, which stands for keyword competition, and this basically determines it based off backlinks, which is far more accurate. But in this case, because we want to keep it nice and simple, I like to just sort of stick to the Google title competition initially. Then I'm going to go through and cull down to find my profitable keywords, and then from that point on you can take a look at the average KC of your remaining keywords. Alright, so obviously it's going to take me too long to go through all these keywords and cull them all down, so I'm just going to show you one keyword that I know will be profitable, that will probably make me some money here. Okay, so as you can see here, there's this keyword here which is 360 training OSHA. Right, and there's actually another one which I know is somewhere probably down below, which is OSHA 360 training, which is probably a bit better, right? So if you could target this keyword here, 360 training OSHA, gets 110 local searches a month. It's not a lot. I'll see if I can try and find the OSHA 360 training. I'll just filter it. OSHA, where are we? Almost there. There we go. Come back. Where did you go? There it is. Okay, so OSHA 360 training gets 320 searches a month, and I'm going to explain why this is a profitable keyword. So if you recall from earlier in the video, I talked about the website or the merchant that we're going to be pushing people through to is called 360training.com. So these people searching these 320 searches a month obviously know about 360training.com, and more specifically the fact that they offer OSHA certified programs. That means that those people probably are fairly interested in maybe signing up for one of those programs. So if you can actually deliver that traffic to 360training.com, and they're probably going to be highly likely to purchase one of the programs, and therefore you will take commission for it and start making some income. So your goal would be to write a piece of content targeting this particular keyword here, OSHA 360 training, It's kind of hard to target. It's kind of hard to write about. But if you can come up with an article that would include this particular keyword here, and because the Google title competition is quite low, you should be able to rank for it fairly quickly and start driving some traffic onto 360 training and hopefully start making some sales. So that's a good example of a profitable keyword. What you want to do is you want to go through this whole list here and basically cull out all the keywords that aren't going to result in sales. So I'll give an example of one that won't result in sales is something like OSHA accident reports. So people searching for OSHA accident reports aren't searching for anything to do with OSHA certified programs. Therefore, they're not going to want to purchase one of those programs that we're going to hopefully try and make some money from. So for this one, I would click on this and get rid of it. So you want to go through, cull down that list until you have around about 20 keywords that you can try and target. And then what you can do is you can take a look at the average KC. Average KC basically determines the competition of a particular keyword out of 100. So 100 being the highest, 0 being the lowest. So obviously the lower you can get with the average KC, the better. And this is exactly how we do our keyword research right here in a nutshell. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me and I'll help you out. Okay, until next time, we'll see you soon.